Chit. Hey guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again one more time. Yes, we're back. We got the internet early. Yeah, so for those of you guys that don't know, yeah, this past weekend, internet was basically disconnected. The lights was disconnected. Everything was disconnected. I ain't pay my bills, guys. Nah, the lights went out in the neighborhood. They were doing some construction and basically I had no internet. So I had to take like a day or two off. I couldn't code, couldn't do anything. But now we're back. We're here. We're making some live content, right? And today we're looking for developer jobs. The market is booming, guys. Okay, believe it or not, I know you see a lot of negative, stuff on the media. There's a lot of people that go in, man, I can't find a job. I get this and that. There's jobs. It's just if you're not looking for the right jobs and you're not paying attention to the opportunities that's right in front of you, that's on you. Okay, you got sold on the dream of getting a $200,000, $300,000 job. Guess what? That's not for everybody. Okay, but can you make a nice little 80, a nice little 90, a nice little 110? Yes, you can. Okay, stop slacking. All right. So again, we're gonna be looking for job opportunities in here for developers. Like I said, shout out to everybody that's in here. Make sure you leave a comment, leave a like, and show me some love in the chat so I could go in and give you guys a shout out, just like I'm about to do right here. Shout out. Let me see who we got in here. We got Angel Medina. Oh, we got to bring this down. Chit. We'll put it right here. Okay. We also have Miss Flame, aka Michelle. I already know it's Michelle. The boy Wonder. My boy Ramco's. What up, Ram? What's going on? How's everything out there, man? Okay. Hamdi Ben Bashir says Shopify developer jobs. Yes, there's definitely Shopify developer jobs. We're going to get into all of that right now. Shout out to my boy Kevin Mosley, a.k.a. Triple OG, a.k.a. You already know. What's going on, my guy? Okay. Military then code. Guys, if you are in the military, okay, and you're interested in this career of being a developer, go follow my guy. Kevin Mosley came from Coding Phase. Guy's been killing it, right? He's a Shopify developer, been doing really good for himself. And at the same time, he's been, also helping out other military vets who are interested in becoming developers and getting into the game. Okay, you could definitely check him out and shout out to him because he's doing God's work. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes, you leave the military and you come out here and you're like, man, what should I do, man? And sometimes they tell you, well, you could be a cop, you could be a fireman. That's cool and all, but you could be a developer too, okay? Good to see you too. Website launch course. What's up, fam? What's going on, bro? Let me see. Vulcan, what's going on? We in here, bro. So yeah, man, let's get started, right? All right. I'm also going to give you guys a little preview of the application that I'm building. I'm building a software as a service right now. We've been building it for the past 2 weeks. Again, it's going pretty good. And I want to give you guys a little quick preview. See what you guys think. All right, cool. So in here, we're going to see what pops up for me, right? So again, junior full stack developer, $80,000 to $100,000. This is in here in Tampa. I'm in the Tampa area, but we will look for other parts of the country. But just to show you guys what's out here, okay? Again, right? Entry level position, right? A lot of times when you see this 1 to 3 years, do not get scared of seeing a 1 to 3 years. That just means it's an entry level position, to be honest with you. And companies want you to know what you're doing. So don't show up and apply to a job that you're like, wait, I don't know how to do full stack, but I'm a junior developer. No, you got to be qualified. Okay. They're looking for somebody with PHP, WordPress, Salesforce, right? Knowledge. All right. So again, 80,000 to 100,000. They're matching your 401k 3.5% every year. So again, try to max that out. Put your money in the market. Again, please do that. All right. We also have remote job, e-commerce growth lead. Okay. Let me see this one. Senior Shopify developer, AVEX design, 80 to 110,000. Okay. Somebody asked about Shopify developer, right? In here again, custom web development, customized Shopify-based e-commerce website. Okay, look at this, right? This is where everything falls in aligns itself, right? When you come to coding phase, okay, for those of you guys that don't know, we have a platform called codingphase.com. Go check out the links in the description. Okay, very good platform, right? This is a reason why I teach this way. Okay, a lot of people is gonna come in and be like, well, you got to learn full stack. The truth is, you should learn full stack gradually. There's jobs out here that you can get first, and you'll have more opportunities as a beginner before you even get a full stack developer job, right? We're talking about web administrator, right? This is the pathway. Okay, I don't care if you learn from me or you learn from somebody else. You should learn from me to support what we do here, and also too, because we've been doing this for 7+ years, helping people get into the game. Okay, these is not paid actors. This is regular people just like you and me that we've been able to help get into the game, right? But this is what I suggest. Okay, either you come to me or you go wherever the hell you go. Okay. Learn like this. Web administrator is the easiest job that you can get into, okay? It's pretty much just managing a website that allows you to go in and continue learning more skills, but put experience in your back and also to put money in your pocket, all right? The next thing is email developer, right? Then from there, learn front-end development with a background on Shopify, okay? Learn how to do e-commerce. All of these are connected to e-commerce. And then from there, you also have full stack development, which would be your last stage. Don't try to go in and try to tackle full stack development first, because it's going to be hard. Okay, there's not that many jobs for beginners as a full stack developer, especially when you have zero experience. No one wants to go in and pay somebody $100-something thousand to then babysit them. Because believe it or not, even though you have the skills at home, when it comes to the jobs and comes to actually working in a team, you need to know what you're doing. No one wants to go in and be like, we're paying this guy top dollar and we got to babysit him, right? So this is how you go in and you gradually learn all of the skills. Now, you can see right here clearly, right? This is where everything falls into place, right? Knowing how to manage a website using a CMS system allows you to have knowledge of how Shopify or WordPress or any of this companies basically have on their back end, right? From there, you have, of course, Shopify. But look at this, right? They're already looking for somebody that has a background with email development, understanding how to do email development, right? Things like Klaviyo, right? Setting up the automations for it. This is going to get you this job. You go in and you apply to this job and you have all three things. I know how to use a CMS system, right? I know how to basically do emails, and I also know how to do front-end development and connect everything with Shopify. Ta-da, you got a job. There's a $80,000 to $110,000, okay? When people come in here, there's a lot of people that come in like, yo, this is cap. No, it's not cap. The thing is that people sold you a dream, and they told you that every single job is going to be at Google, at this, and that, right? And they prepare you to try to go and work for those companies. Guess what? Everybody in the world is trying to get into those companies. What you should care about is putting money in your pocket. A job title, a random company on top of you, like that doesn't matter. What matters is if you're making money. The worst thing that you could do for yourself is be out here learning a bunch of skills and can't get a job. Pay attention to what I tell you guys, because again, I'm sharing this with you guys because I have knowledge of this, right? Not only did I did this whole thing, this whole process myself, this is how I grew to be a senior level developer, but also too, now I help people get into the game and help them get on the same path. And you could go in and ask on the comment section, anybody that has followed me, have you found success? If you haven't found success and you actually did what I did, what I told you to do, you let me know and I'll help you out. But the truth is, if you came to coding phase and you follow everything that we've been saying for the past 7 years, since 2017. I mean, now we're going, what, almost 8-9 years in a sense, right? Because we started in 2017 talking about all of these things. Guys, pay attention to what I say, okay? I'm not telling you guys stuff that's coming out of my, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking sharing the game, okay? Not a lot of people do that, all right? Sorry, guys, gotta hydrate. It's Florida. It's hot. So let's continue in here. Let's actually go into keywords. So I want to go in and search title, colon, right? HTML. I just want to see what's out there. I want to see every single job that's out there just with HTML. Whenever you search HTML on the title, most of the times these are very simple and like very easy to get jobs. So you got to go in and pay attention to that, right? So we got HTML email coordinator, part-time. This is United Way, Miami, right? $20 to $25, part-time job. If you can't find a job, get a part-time job. At least bring some money in, okay? Again, this is an email developer position, entry level, right? Simple. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Let's see, visual web, okay, front end, okay. Let's see what else we have in here. ETR management. No, let me see. Again, $30 to $40 in New Jersey. HTML, CSS email developer. We're looking at, $80,000 a year, right? $75,000 to $85,000 a year. That's not a bad job. It's an entry level position, and you're getting a bag. There's people that go in and literally go to college, spend 4 years, and they start at 40. You're coming in, you're learning the skills that take you around a month and a half to 2 months, and now you qualify for this job that a dude that will have to go for 4 years wouldn't get until his second, third job. You get what I'm saying? Like, use your brain. You get what I'm saying? At that point, if you can't put 2 and 2 together and you telling me, yo, that's 3, I can't do nothing for you. You get what I'm saying? There's a dude right now that we could be telling him, yo, bro, 2 plus 2 is 4. And he's like, well, technically it's 3.75. No, stupid, it's 4. That's it. If I'm giving you the game and you're not picking it up, that's on you. Okay? Shout out to everybody that's in here. We in here, bro. We back. I'm excited. I'm back because I got the internet back, bro. I was feeling like, yo, man, I'm over here like, in the corner, like, yo, where that internet at? I'm connecting to Wi-Fi on McDonald's type shit. Like, yo, what's going on? I need my internet. Yo, when you are a developer, bro, like, internet is the best, man. Like, we need the internet, bro. Look at this. Coding teacher, right? Again, Scratch, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, right? Those of you guys that want to go in and maybe get into the education, this could be a good opportunity to get you started. Maybe work at a boot camp, maybe work at a, with kids, etc. Right? Again, this is a good, probably like part-time job. So again, this is like, just opportunities that's out there. This is not for everybody, but again, it's a job. Okay. All right. Let me see what else we have in here. Okay, IT, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, CRM specialist. Okay, if you have knowledge of CMS systems, CRMs is the same concept. Okay, again, they're using Salesforce. Okay, not bad. $63 to $68 an hour. That's not bad. Okay, this is in North Carolina. Raleigh. Shout out to my boy Ramsey, who lives in North Carolina, I believe. Yeah. Shout out to him. Okay. Let me see what's going on in here. Okay. This is in Jamaica, Queens. For those of you guys that's in New York. Okay. They're looking for a hybrid web developer, Code Fusion migration, advanced PHP. So they have an old system of Code Fusion. This is a system that's built with from Adobe, and now they're switching into another company. Okay, or probably they want to go in and switch to PHP. Okay, so again, this type of jobs, again, this is in Jamaica, Queens. Location is very important. I'll tell you like that, right? A lot of the people is going to apply to jobs in Manhattan. This is in Jamaica, Queens. All right. If you're looking for a job and you're in New York and you know full stack development, pay attention to this one. This one might be good. All right. This is how I even, did my own thing. Like one of my first jobs was in Inwood, Brooklyn. A bunch of Jewish people out there. Shout out to the Jewish. You know what I'm saying? they own all the businesses out there in Brooklyn. Okay. So yeah, my opportunities was not going into Manhattan, right? Because Manhattan is very competitive. A lot of the companies that's in Manhattan, what happens is you got people that's applying from every part of the world because everybody wants to be in New York City. So you that live in New York City, you don't even get priority. You're last, you're last on the list. Okay, so the way how you want to game the system is you look at the areas around the city. You got Brooklyn, you got Bronx, you got Yonkers, you got New Jersey, you got Long Island, right? You got Staten Island, right? And from there, you find job opportunities there, small to medium-sized businesses. The big companies, they're in Manhattan. Guess what? If you don't got that much experience, it's going to be difficult, very competitive. So you got to start thinking about it like this. I want to get paid. I want to make a bag. I don't care to work in Manhattan. I don't care to work at whatever NYC.gov or Google or whatever company is out there. I want to just make a bag. I want to get paid. I want to be out here. I want to go to Starlets on Friday. You know what I'm saying? I want to go, be balling, right? You want to be that dude with with the the brand new Beamer, right? M3, right? You want to be that guy? Well, you need money, okay? You're not going to get that by waiting at home, and waiting until somebody gives you the dream job, okay? You want to go into Starlets, you want to be balling. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Right? For those of you guys that don't know what Starlets is the spot. It's like a club / strip club / it's popping. This is where you're going to find the Bernie's Burgos. You're going to find all the baddies in there, right? Everybody who got money, everybody who's moving out there in New York, they're going to go to Starlets, okay? You don't want to be that bum, doing a chip-in on a bottle. It's you and 7 other dudes. You don't want to do that. You want to go in and say, yo, we got it. And when you go in there, you got $1,000, $2,000 to throw in the air and you comfortable. Okay, you're not there. We're like, damn, that's my rent money. You don't want to be that guy, okay? Because she's not looking at you. She's not paying attention to you when you in there, talking to your mans on the side, like, yo, you got 100? Yeah, he got 200. Yeah, I got 150 right here. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. So you need to get your bread up. And how you gonna do that? Very simple. You need a good job. You need to be making, anywhere from 65 and up. And then from there, you could ball out. You could do your thing, okay? All right? Shit, you got me looking now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the girls at Starlets, man. You know what I mean? I'm a Starlets legend. You know what I mean? When I touch down in there, I'll be bumping into all type of dudes. I'll be like, yo, what up, Joe Button? Drake is in the corner. Yeah, we like that. We've had a couple of those nights. Okay, if you don't believe me, ask my man Kevin Mosley how we did in Miami. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in New York, it's a different movie. You know what I'm saying? It's Al Pacino time. Okay? So, yeah, man, we in here. Let's continue with the jobs, man. Again, I got to throw a little bit of entertainment, right? That's my, that's my mood. That's my MO. You know what I mean? We got to get that energy up. Okay? So, yeah, let's continue with this, right? So, we're looking through HTML, CSS, see what's out here. Oh, this is another opportunity. I haven't talked about this in years. So HTML5 banners, for those of you guys that don't know what HTML5 banners, right? This is those animations that you see, those advertisements. When you go into a website, maybe, I don't know, maybe IGN. Let me see if I could get IGN. That might show me some ads, okay? So when you go to a website, right? This type of advertisement that pops up here, this is done through Google Ads. Now, the way how this thing works is you basically have to build a HTML page, right? It's a index.html, but basically you create the whole banner and you use JavaScript, you use CSS, and this is basically a job, okay? Every time you see advertisement, this is stuff that people don't even know about. Like, when people be like, well, you could just be a front-end developer. You could be a full stack developer. That's all they fucking know. They have no idea what's going on. All the branches that's in this industry, right? We got web administrator, web producer, content editor, email specialist, HTML email developer, HTML5 banner developer, CMS developer. Then we go into the other niches of specific frameworks: React developer, Angular developer, PHP developer, freaking Python developer, JavaScript developer, Node.js developer. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different branches to this thing, and a lot of people just know 2 or 3. And this is why when they be like, man, I can't find a job. I mean, you're telling me, no cap, bro. Let me ask you this. How many of you guys here believe y'all could do something like this? This advertisement is literally a HTML. Literally a HTML that gets uploaded to the Google Ads platform, right? You have an image. They give you the image, which is this. You go in and you have a video that plays, that loads up from another platform. You have a video player with JavaScript, right? And when the page loads up and this advertisement is supposed to be delivered to this person, this thing shows up. And when you click on it, automatically it takes you to whatever website this is, right? Whatever place that they want you to go and buy this game. How many of you guys think that this is hard? How many of you guys believe that you can't do this? This is easy. Okay? This is easy. Like, that's an easy job. And this is this is a great opportunity for a lot of you guys that don't really pay attention to these things, right? HTML5 developer. Another great opportunity is creative developer. Let's say you like to, I don't know, let's say you're into 3JS. Let's say you're into animations. Let's say you're into GSAP. Okay, this is something that I used to do. I did some contract work for this role. Okay, search creative developer. Okay, you don't even have to be a full stack developer. You don't even have to go deep into this shit. You like doing animations? You like building cool things? You like building games? Guess what? Creative developer. That's a niche. Okay? So again, what you're gonna need for that? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and understanding how to use the libraries, for being a creative developer, and understanding how to do API calls. All of that, you can learn that shit in 3-4 months. But if you get put into this mindset, yeah, man, I gotta go work at Google. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait Google time. Okay, you're gonna have to sign up for a Google waiting list. Okay, all right. So again, I'm trying to put you guys on. Pay attention to everything that I say to you guys. And again, shout out to everybody that's in here. Damn, I'm freaking hot. The weather's crazy. Yesterday I went to the beach with a family, but yo, the weather is crazy out here right now. I'm sweating right now, bro. Let me just see something, because I gotta go to DMV, bro. I gotta go to DMV. I gotta do some stuff over there, change my license plate. So I'm looking at, what's really cool about here in Florida? That you go to DMV and they have a system that tells you what number you are when you're on the waiting list on your line. So you don't have to be in the DMV. You just go in, sign up, boom, 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 right? You could even do it from your house, and they have a line list for you. Right now, I'm number 67. I was number 94, so we get in there, right? That shit is almost every hour, it goes 10 numbers down. So by the time it's 20, I gotta get out of here, okay? I gotta go to the DMV, bro. I'm a regular dude, my guy. I gotta do regular shit just like you. So yeah, man, so like I was saying, guys, HTML5 banners, that's a great opportunity for you guys. Okay, we have a course on codingphase.com on GSAP showing you guys how to do that. If you're interested in that, all you have to do is learn, like I said, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Check out the GSAP course and even the 3JS course, and you'll be fine. Okay, we have all of that on codingphase.com for anybody that's interested. Okay, you just have to go in, click on the link in the description. Okay, I'll show you guys right now what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's not that hard. Okay, come to Coding Phase, come right here, scroll down. If you click on the link in the description, you get 20% off. The actual coupon code is discount 20YT video. That's the coupon code. That gives you 20% off on Coding Phase. You come in, you get access to all of my courses. You get access to me every Monday. Okay, you get access to me. You have a question, you send me an email, I answer it. All right, I'll go in and make sure that you are good to go. You get the job search research, right? We searching for jobs for you, right? We give you the best jobs that you should be applying to. We help you with your portfolio, right? We give you some live coaching every single week. And again, you get access to over 90 plus courses. It don't matter which career path you want to go on, we'll help you out, okay? You don't have to do this thing by yourself. And like I said, you get 20% off when you look at the link right here. You're basically paying $2.40 a day. If you want to go in and sign up for the yearly, you're paying 80 cents a day. Imagine you paying for somebody to come in and help you out through this whole process, this whole year, give you access to all the courses, do meetings with you, look at your projects, make sure your projects are good, make sure that you have a great portfolio, and then help you even searching for the jobs. All right, bro. Can we have a conversation here? I mean, does that sound like a good deal or not? That's $292. That's 80 cents a day. If you can't pay 80 cents a day, you shouldn't even be doing this. Now, if you live in another world, another country, right, a third world country, I get it. It's hard. It's difficult. It's a different ball game, right? But if you're in America, you're in Europe, right? Again, shoot, you're in Latin America. I don't know what you're doing with yourself. If you can't pay 80 cents for somebody to come in and help you out for a whole year, that's your problem at that point, because you got to figure out how to make money in this world. You know what I mean? Like when I started getting into this thing to learning how to code, I used to live with my mom. I was dead broke. But you know where I worked at? I worked at the mall, right? I did parking lot attendant. I used to do gigs on Craigslist. I used to do everything that I could to make the income that I need to pay my cell phone, which was $94 back in the days. You get unlimited plan with T-Mobile, good old days. Now it's like $150. But $94, that was my bills. $94, right? I needed to have at least $180 so I could buy an unlimited Metro car. That's for me to go in and travel throughout all over New York City. So I got public transportation, right? Then from there, I needed to make sure I had at least $200 to $300 to pay for the services that I use, for me to learn how to code, for me to pay for my website, my hosting, my domains, all of the things that I needed, right? I wasn't at home sucking on my thumb, waiting until God came in and did something good for me. No, God is going to help you when you help yourself. Okay? That's just the facts. We could all be here crying and be like, man, life sucks. This shit. We could do that all day. Okay? I do that shit all the time. I complain all the time. Even when I'm good, I'm like, damn, this shit sucks. So I can imagine if you're going through a hard time, right? But I went through hard times too. You just got to make it happen. Okay? That there's jobs out there, there's ways for you to make money, do it. Okay, that you got to go in and help somebody move a couch from the first floor all the way to the fourth floor. You got to do it. It's $100 and something. That puts money in your pocket. Now you can move. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't got 80 cents in your pockets, right, then that's something that you got to figure out how to change that. Nobody's going to do it for you. Okay, that's just the facts. Let me see. Can you search for email developer jobs in New York? Let's see what's going on in New York. Okay, so let's get into that, right? Email developer. Okay, we're gonna search email, because there's a lot of jobs that mention emails but don't have email developer on the title. So I'm just gonna search email, and then from there we'll start sorting it out. Okay, so email campaign strategist, right? This might be 50-50. This is more marketing than actually development. Right. So, but I will still apply, because sometimes some companies, they ask for a bunch of things that they might not actually need, and you might be perfect for the job opportunity. Always let them decide if you're good for that job. Don't disqualify yourself. You know what I mean? Let them figure that shit out, because that's what somebody gets paid for. Shout out to somebody with the super chat. I don't know. Somebody left a super chat. Let's see. Adu Regia says, let's see what's going on with the super chat. I can't see it. What's this? Hey. Gracie Millie Italian New York boys. Yes. Let me see. BHP 94. Are you Latin American? I just discovered your channel. Si, senor. You know what I mean? Si, senor. Yes. We Dominican, bro. You know, I got a little Brazilian in me, but I'm Dominican, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm Dominican, Dominican Republic. You know what I mean? Dominican. Dominic, oh, say, baby. Yo, my energy's up today. I don't know what I hit. You know what I mean? But I don't know what I hit. This water got me up, bro. You know what it is? I made money today. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest. I had a great day. I took a L yesterday on the stock market. Today, I fucking came in with a vengeance, got my bag. I fucking dunked from the 3-point line. You know what I mean? So my energy's up. I don't know why. Why am I like that, right? Like, I could have like everything good, but if I lose money one day, I'm like, that shit kills my mood. You know what I mean? You know what it is? Because I know how hard it is for me to make money. I got to work a lot. I got to do a lot of stuff. So whenever I lose anything, I'm like, damn, man, that shit kills my whole mood for the whole day. But when I get that back, woo, I put my cape on. We in here, bro. Yeah, because you know what I'm doing this weekend? Hey, yo. We out here, bro. Yeah, man. My energy's up, man. Had a great day. Everything looking good. So, yeah, man. I'm just trying to keep my energy up. All right. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in ¿De dónde eres? Dominicano. Moca. Santiago, Santo Domingo, la capital. Kilómetro 14. Yeah, man. So let's continue with this, bro. Okay. Again, guys, for anybody that's new to this channel, right? This is what I do. I come in here, I give advice, help people out. I'm here for the regular folks. If you're a dude that's be like, I've been cutting since the age of 14, what's faster, a for loop or while loop? There's a million guys that do that. This channel's for the regular folks trying to get into the game and have, questions, and I could help them out, again, because I'm just a regular guy, just like you guys. So how did I do this thing? I give you guys my advice from my experience, okay? So let's continue with this. Email marketing specialist. This is Fort Lee, New Jersey. My registry.com. $65,000 to $70,000. Okay. Okay. Optimize our email, CRM strategy, the basics, right? If you're into email development, you already know all of this stuff. This is the things that we cover in the HTML email developer course. By the way, new HTML email developer course dropping soon, 2025 edition. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we doing something nice, right? So, we've been having this HTML email developer course, responsive emails, right? We've been having that course for a while. Now I'm gonna go in there, retouch it up, create a brand new videos, create new ways of building HTML emails, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use AI to go in and optimize everything and just speed through everything, speed run through your whole emails. Okay, we're in 2025, guys. If you're not using AI right now, you're getting left behind. Because what's gonna take you 8 hours to do, there's a guy that's gonna be able to do it in about 25 minutes. That's the facts. So you don't want to be the guy that's fighting the system. You want to be the guy that's surfing the wave. You know what I'm saying? You ain't here doing the, you know what I mean? Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in here on that wave. You know what I mean? When they say wave, you got to be on the wave, bro. On that AI wave, if you're not in there, bro, you're going to get left behind. Okay? Because there's guys that already know how to do it, and right? And, just using, technically, like, no one has like 10 years of experience with AI. If somebody comes in and be like, well, we need somebody with 10 years, like, that shit don't exist. I mean, this probably is like one weirdo guy that's been doing that shit since God knows how long, right? He got the beta of the beta. He been doing that shit for that long. But the truth is, most people have less than 6 months messing with AI, okay? And that's where we all in. This is a moment right now, similar to like when, in 2015, right? When React came out, like 2014, around that. 2015, that's when I started getting, little murmurs of like, yo, there's this framework, and I started looking into it. And I started learning React at that time. And just paying attention to it, right? Looking through blogs, looking through this and that. Because at the time, Angular was the #1 framework. There used to be jQuery, YUI, Backbone, right? what was the other one? It's not Mern. It's the little freaking beaver. Damn, I forgot the name of that one. But there was a couple of frameworks that was there. Okay, and when React came in, it's like a whole new concept. Everything is components. But guess what? Because I learned React and I knew what React was, I wasn't even a React expert, right? I just knew about it and I was comfortable enough to use it. And that allowed me to find more jobs and more jobs and more jobs because no one else knew how to use it. This is where we at right now, right? The developers that don't know how to use AI, right? You're going to be able to still find a job. But we're going to hit a point, probably by the end of this year, that companies are going to expect for you to know how to use AI to expedite your work. Because you need to know how to do this yourself. Don't try to skip games. Don't be like, well, I could just use the AI to build this for me. Why would I learn how to code? No, stupid. You need to know how to do this shit. Because if you don't know how to do it, what's going to happen is the guy that actually knows how to do it manually, he could go in and give better prompts to the actual AI to go in and build this, whatever feature it is. If you don't know how to do it, then now you're over here, you're trying to compete with a guy that knows how to do this manually and he knows how to use AI. So yes, with this new HTML email course that we're doing, this revamp, right? 2025 edition, right? I'm probably gonna call it 2026 to be honest with you, because to be honest, we're about to do this shit like NBA Live, NBA 2K, where it's 2025, but we're already looking at next year. Okay, so yeah, that course I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna show you guys how to integrate AI, how to basically just build the emails much faster. We're gonna learn, for anybody that's brand new, you're gonna learn the same way how we have the course that's already current on codingphase.com. We're gonna teach you how to do it the exact same way, right? So anybody that's already taken the course, don't think like, damn, I'm gonna be outdated. No. This is the same course. It's just being re-recorded, right? And adding new projects. But it's the same concept, same thing. So if you're already taking it or you sign up today to Coding Phase, you're still gonna learn the same skill. But the only thing is that with the new course, you're gonna learn how to do it with AI. Right? So whatever takes you a whole day, I got a lot of students that come into Coding Phase and on the meetings, they tell me, hey man, this took me a whole day to build this email. I'm like, yeah, that's cute, but that's because you're doing it manually. Once you go in and you get comfortable doing emails, you could do emails in like 4 or 5 hours. Now, with AI, you could pretty much set up 80% of the whole email in probably 25 to 30 minutes. So imagine that. The amount of time you're saving. So not only can you go in and build these emails, but then you're going to have more free time. And that's what I'm going to show you guys. Also, too, the cool thing about this is that if you work remotely, you don't got to tell nobody, yo, I'm done. You know what I mean? You keep that to yourself. It's like, yo, once you finish your work, if it's not in the task manager and you don't got no other tasks, chill. Watch a movie on Netflix, watch some anime. Chill out, and then when they ask you for the project, hey, it's done. Here you go. And when they give you another task, you knock it out in another 30, 40 minutes. Then from there, you chill, relax. Don't be that guy. Hey, man, I just finished my work. Because there's never going to be a day where like, man, there's no work for you. There's always going to be some work, okay? Don't overwork yourself to death, okay? Don't be that guy trying to get kudos, okay? Shout out to everybody in here. Any jobs in Rhode Island? We're going to check it right now. We're still doing the emails, okay? So, again, let me search email. Let's search New York. I can't type. Okay. New York, White Plains, New York. If you got a car, if you live in the city, this is a great opportunity for you. Remember what I told you guys early on, right? There's jobs that's outside of the city. For those of you guys that don't know, okay? If you got a car, this is why having a car is a blessing. Because literally you're not bound to just the location that you live in. But I'll show you guys right now. Okay? Okay, you live right here, okay? You live somewhere in the Bronx. You live somewhere in Queens. You live somewhere in New York. This is where you're going to be looking for jobs, right? So you can find an opportunity. This is your edge. The majority of people, they're gonna work here. They want to work in Manhattan. Everybody wants to work right here in Manhattan because it's the big buildings, it's nice, got big companies there. Everybody wants to work here. But guess what? You competed with the whole world. Remember, New York City is not just a regular city. This is a city that everybody and their mama wants to live here. So they're applying from Kansas, they're applying from Cairo, Egypt, they're applying from freaking Delhi, India. You know what I'm saying? They're applying to work here because they want to live here. You, my friend, you live here in the Bronx somewhere, okay? Guess what? You don't have an edge to work in New York. That's just the facts. If you don't got like a Ivy League school, you went to City Tech or whatever, one of the top schools or one of the top schools that are in upstate New York, it's very difficult for you to find like a really good job in New York. So this is how you game the system. You'll get a job back here in Manhattan, but first you got to go in and go through the streets. You got to go in and get jobs over here, right? White Plains, New York, right? You might have to get a job over here in Long Island, Melville, New York, Hyde Park, Massapequa, Garden City, Hempstead, right? You might have to get yourself a job in Clinton, New Jersey, Patterson, New Jersey, right? Elizabeth, maybe even Staten Island, okay? That's part of the game, all right? It's a strategy. You either go in and use the strategy to get a job and get hired quickly, right? Or you be that guy that be like, I can't find a job. My life sucks, right? So yeah, there's always jobs in New York City, okay? Look at this one. J. Crew Group, okay? I think that's like a clothing company, no? So they're looking for email marketing manager, all right? This is a position that you might want to get once you have experience. And this is what I was just telling you. You go in and get a job over here, email marketing specialist, Mavis Tire, right? Who the hell is Mavis Tire? No one knows. You don't know. I don't know. Okay? This is a company that nobody knows, but somebody knows it. All right? So Mavis Tires, right? They're hiring for an email developer. This isn't a company that you go in and you be like, you show up to offers and, you know, all these guys is playing fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards and talking about what's faster, a for loop or a while loop, and guys fucking, you know what I mean? Like playing fucking, what's the name of it? Magic the Gathering. You show up there and you say, yeah, man, I'm a highly skilled developer that works at Mavis. They're gonna laugh at you, right? Because that's what they do, right? That's what they do. They, you know, it's very elitist in this industry, right? No one knows Mavis. I don't know it. You don't know it. But guess what? For you to go in and get that job at J. Crew, where you're gonna be a email marketing manager, right? In a sense, right? They're looking for the same thing. They're gonna look for somebody that has experience. Okay, you're gonna manage the Salesforce Marketing Cloud, right? They're gonna pay you. They don't have the actual pay. Well, $75,000 to $90,000 for Mavis Tire, which is not bad. This is an entry level position. This one's probably gonna go over $100,000, and you working in Manhattan, and you going in there. You're looking all nice and trendy. Got your nice little shoes. You know what I mean? You're eating granola. You go outside. You fucking. You see all the hipsters and all this and that, right? You want to live that lifestyle. Maybe you get a condo in the city. You want to live like that? Guess what? You got to go in through Mavis, okay? You start at Mavis, build yourself up. In a year or two, you come into J. Crew. This is how it works, okay? Again, look at this. Custom engagement, email marketing manager, Guardian Life Insurance. That's $132,000, okay? Jericho, email operations coordinator. This is another entry-level job position. This is what I was telling you. Jericho, New York, if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be somewhere over here in somewhere here. Okay, it's gonna be somewhere here in I can't remember. Jericho was in. I'm almost sure Jericho is in Long Island, but it could also be a little bit upstate. Okay, but I'm almost 100% sure it's in Long Island because I know I've seen that exit when I lived out there. All right, so yeah, you get an entry level job in one of those companies, right? Small to medium sized companies. Build yourself up, and then you go from there, okay? Guess what? United Jewish Appeal, Fed of Jewish, right? They hiring, okay? You one of them peoples, go in there. Use your card, you know what I'm saying? That's like me. If I'm Dominican, there's a bank or there's a, I don't know, there's the embassy of Dominican Republic, right? They're hiring. I'm showing up there with my car, like, yeah, I'm Dominican. I'm a developer. This is, you know what I'm saying? Use that car. Use the shit that's to your advantage. You're one of them peoples, right? You're Jewish. Shoot, you got some background. You want to be an email developer? Guess what? Use your car. Show up. Like, hey, man, Mazel Tov. You know what I mean? I don't know how was the word that you know what I mean? Mazal or some shit like that, right? Shout out to my Jewish people, right? But go in there. Shit. Say, yo, I was born in Israel. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, whatever gets you into the job, do what you got to do. It's your people's. Your people's going to hire you. That's just the facts. You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm in a room, there's 20 people, right? And there's another Dominican, who you think I'm going to choose? It's not even, nothing bad. That's just how it is. I'm going to be like, yo, that's my man's. Yo, he remind me of my cousin. That's how human beings are, right? Of course, you're going to choose whoever's the most qualified. This guy's not qualified. I'm not choosing him. But if he's qualified and I like him and I got things that I could relate to him with, it's a wrap. I don't care who came in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have more fun working with him than working with some random dude that I don't know, coming from whatever background. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just life. So use what's your advantage. Okay? So there's an opportunity there, man. Right? Look at this. NBC, right? $80,000 to $90,000, right? NBC Universal, right? You want to work in the entertainment industry? Great opportunity. Okay, partner editorials. All right, this is an email developer position. Don't let this shit twist you. Senior analyst. A senior analyst is not gonna get paid $80,000 to $90,000. That's just the facts. They're not going for that position. If somebody has 5-10 years in the game, they're not taking an $80,000 to $90,000 job, right? But they put these things on the title to literally push away or the beginners or the rookies or the people that's gonna waste their time. But when you go into the job description, you start noticing, right? Developing automated campaigns, dynamic content, email, and SMS. All right. Drive newsletter, SMS growth, maintain lists, hygiene, right? Email deliverability, user life cycles, right? Manage ESPs. Ta-da! 2 years minimum in email, SMS marketing. When you see 2 years, anything below 3 years is an entry-level job. Anybody could get that job as long as they go in and they could, show that they could do the work and they're qualified. Okay? This I'm telling you guys right now, right? Hands-on experience with sell-through, MailChimp, campaign, SMS, right? You want to work for NBC? This is how you start growing, right? You go in, you say, well, yeah, man, because you might go in and you say, well, damn, I want to be a full-stack developer at Google. Man, how do I go in and I work at Google? Guess what? Put some good shit on your resume. Because you showing up and be like, well, I'm applying to Google, I'm qualified, but what's on my resume? Well, last 5 years I was Uber driving. I was this, and that. You know what I mean? I could pass the test. They don't care about that shit, right? Even if you know everything, you got all the skills, there's a guy that has a better resume than you. But this is how you game the system, okay? You go in and you put big brands on your resume, doing the things that you want to go in and grow with. So, for example, because right now I could go in and say, hey, man, I work at Amazon. 10 years at Amazon, but then the title says delivery driver. That's not the same thing as an email developer at Amazon. That's not the same thing as saying front-end developer at Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So you could go in there and be like, yeah, I got 24 years at Target. Yeah, what's the title? What you was doing at inventory management. You know what I mean? I put shit on the aisles. That's not the same thing, right? But when you go in and you say, well, I worked at NBC Universal. Right? Now you're coming from the entertainment industry. Anybody knows that brand. Everybody knows NBC, right? It's an email developer position, right? You work with the designers, you work with the marketing team, you work with other developers in the same position, okay? So now when you go in, you say, well, now I want to apply at Bloomberg, maybe FinTech. Maybe I want to apply for Netflix. When they look at your resume and they say, oh, this guy was 2 years at NBC, he was basically, you go in and you use the same titles that they gave you, right? Senior analyst. email marketing integration specialist, right? You throw all that shit on your resume. Now, when you apply as a full stack developer, software engineer at Netflix, you don't got an Ivy League school, right? But you got a real company behind you, right? You got, you know what I mean? You got some weight on your shoulders. You walking around with a couple of badges. You get what I'm saying? You over here a Pokemon master. Guess what? You got 4 out of 8. Now you're going back for the other Pokemon badges. Now, so you could be a Pokemon master at the Johto League. You know what I'm saying? You got to try to catch them all. But you can't get to the last boss, right? If you don't go in through Brock, right? Tell me that. You can't just show up to another gym over there. You could go in, bypass mass shit, go through the little grass leaves and end up at the last level of the game. But go try to get into that Pokemon gym. Go try to get into that Pokemon gym. With no badges, no Pokemon, go try to get in there. Show up there, you in the Pikachu, level 2. In the Pidgey. Go in there, go try to get in there with a Pidgey, level 2, and a Rattata, right? That's how you show up when you try to apply to a big-ass company. You got no Ivy League school. You have no internships at no major companies. You have no experience actually doing development. And you expect that because you went to a boot camp, you're going to get that big job. It don't work like that. You got to build yourself up. You don't have to believe me. I'm just a messenger. You know what I'm saying? You do your own Googles. How many people is out here that go to boot camps and can't find a job? How many people is out here taking course on YouTube, course on Udemy, buying some random shit, then they sign up to a boot camp, and then once they sign up to a boot camp and they can't find a job, they say, well, I'm going to go to get my degree. Your degree is not going to help you find a job. If you couldn't find a job in an industry where you don't need a degree to get a job and you can't find a job with that, when you get a degree, you still can't find a job. This is what I'm trying to save you guys from. Okay? This is what I'm trying to give you guys game. You don't have to believe me. I'm just a random dude with a hat on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I know? I'm just a regular guy. What do I know? I just got, 10 plus years doing this shit. I was just like you 10 years ago doing the same shit, right? I did the same mistakes you're already making. But what do I know? Why will you listen to me, right? I don't work at Google. I don't work at this and that. I'm just a random guy with a microphone on, right? So again, you could be that guy or you could be the guy be like, yo, this dude already went through this. He knows how this shit works. And he's been doing this for a while now. So let me pay attention to what he says. Even if I can't sign up to his course, maybe I can't sign up to his platform, right? Maybe I'm, what we call in the art, tacaño, right? You get what I'm saying? Maybe you're that guy that instead of going to at least to Longhorn, Texas, or Texas Roadhouse to go eat something, or go to Nubo's, or go to a little spot where you're going to eat a good steak, you showing up at Golden Corral because you're like, man, that steak at Longhorn, that shit's $17. You're trying to fucking save $3 and you're eating some shit from fucking... You try to save $3. You buying steak from fucking Dollar Tree. If you being cheap, right? And you still like, yo, I don't want to go to this guy. I don't want to. It's fine. I don't care. But listen to what I say, and then you find your own way. Because what I try to do is expedite this shit so you don't make the mistakes. But you could get to your goals no matter what. But it could take you 2 years. It could take you 3 years. It could take you 4. I've seen people that been here for 4 or 5 years that I'll be like, yo, you should have came in. Yeah, bro, I've been following you since like 2018. You know how many people have booked a call with me and be like, yeah, man, I've been following you since like 2018, bro. You was right. I should have listened to you. And now we in 2025. How many years is that? Now, it's never too late, right? It's never too late. But again, Poppy's always going to love you. I'm always going to welcome you in. When you're ready, you're ready. If not, God bless you and go on your own journey. But listen to what I say, okay? I'm not telling you shit just to say it, right? This is why nobody could come in here and be like, pull my card and be like, well, this guy I've been doing shit for 10 plus years as a developer, right? And as somebody that's been helping people, 7, right? We're talking about from 2011 on this journey till now. We're in 2025, okay? And I've been helping people since 2017. You know what I'm saying? So, and nobody has came out, here's his red card. This guy don't, shut up. You can't pull that red card. I've been fucking doing this shit, right? So what I'm saying with that is, even if you don't come to my platform, please pay attention to what I'm telling you. Use these strategies. The strategy is you want to build yourself up. You want to build yourself. It's a for sure way. Don't let nobody come in and tell you, hey, we could sign you up to a boot camp. You could get you a degree and you were in there with a $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 debt and we could get you a job. It doesn't work like that, right? There's things that you have to do that you can't skip. We all have to start somewhere. My first job was $13 an hour, right? $13 an hour. How much was that? Shit. My first job was $7.25, but as a developer or like, doing some type of development, it was $13 an hour, right? So we're talking about 13 times 40 times 52, right? That's $27,000 a year. You go and tell that to somebody here. Yo, go try to get your first job for $13 an hour. They'll lose their mind. I would never do that shit. I did it because I wanted to get in. I wanted to just get my job. And I started noticing that every time that I applied to jobs, they will ask me about things that was in the business or in the industry, etc. And I was like, I couldn't answer those things. So I went in, took a job that would pay me less, right? So I could learn from within. And then once I was ready, I could apply to the bigger jobs. And then now, when they asked me those things, guess what? I got trained on that. I basically got paid to do an internship in a sense. $13 an hour. That's $27,000. I was there for like 2-3 months, but which I recommend for you guys to do, right? Don't be there the whole year. Be like, yeah, man, I'm working for $13, Joe. Why would you when you could go in and get a real job? Real job that would pay you what you're supposed to get paid. You go into those opportunities when you're hungry, right? I was hungry, and I've always been that guy. I don't care. Even like right now, if you wanted to talk to me and you'd be like, yo, Joe, I don't know if I want to sign up to your platform, you could go to codingphase.com. I don't have no problem. You go to codingphase.com and you could book a call with me. I got no problem. I don't care if you sign up or you don't sign up. Okay? Of course, if you come to book a call, it's for a reason. You want to come into Coding Phase and you're planning on coming to the platform and you got questions about it. Don't book a call to be like, hey, Joe, I just wanted to talk to you. No, I'm here to go in and invest my time into you if you're willing to invest your time into the platform, right? But with that being said, like, I'm hungry. I'll go in and I don't mind doing the work. Even when I created codingphase.com, I didn't have to create codingphase.com. I could have went in, partner up with somebody else and say, hey, man, I'll link everybody to your platform. I could have done that, but I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to do the 90 plus courses. I'm willing to show up every Monday and do a meeting with the students. I'm willing to go in and answer all the emails. I'm willing to go in and hop on a call for 30 minutes to an hour to go in and make you feel comfortable so you could come to Coding Phase and answer all your questions for free. People don't do that shit. People go in and charge for that. I'm willing to do the work. Because I know when you come into the platform and we help you out and we get you into this game, you're going to continue working with me and we're going to continue making some bread together. That's just how life is. So I'm always hungry. I'm willing to do the work. If you're that type of person, you're going to always succeed. If you're looking for shortcuts and you're looking for things to come the easy way, it's not going to happen for you. Okay? So what I'm saying with that is like, yo, if you're hungry, go and get some of these opportunities. There's jobs out here, guys. It's not like this is fake. This is not fake, random things. And yes, there are jobs that people post that might be what we call scams, right? Somebody comes in, you apply to a job and they ask you, hey man, can you watch a webinar? And at the other webinar, they say, well, if you sign up for this and that, we got to do a background check. It's $150. That's a scam. No company goes in and charges their employees for a background check. They just want to get your credit card. Of course, you got to be smart enough to not do it. But that doesn't mean that the jobs is not here. Because out of all of these jobs that we have right here, right? Let me see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got 15 jobs right here listed on this page. Okay. Out of those 15 jobs, there's probably 2 that are scams. And probably 2 that just want to get your email to send you, spam and bullshit like that. Right? But that doesn't mean that there's not 18 jobs that's there. Okay. Now, do you go in and be like, well, I'm just not going to apply because, there might be some scams. Don't get scammed. They're asking you for your social. You don't need my social security. Once I go in and I sign a contract or I go into the building or we working for real, then from there I talk to HR. You don't need my social security. You don't need me to pay for my own background check. Do your own due diligence. You know what I'm saying? At that point, if you get scammed, that's on you. If they, you get an email, hey, I'm a Nigerian princess. I need you to send me $1,000 so we could do your background check so you could come and work for the kingdom of Wakanda, right? At that point, you deserve to get scammed. If you go, hey, I'm just a Nigerian princess, right? And then I'm here to help you find a job in the Wakanda kingdom. We're looking for email developers in Wakanda. Yeah. we trying to promote vibranium. Yeah, that's on you. At that point, you deserve to get scammed. You deserve it. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, just send me an email. Yo, Joe, I just applied to Wakanda, bro. I didn't even know Wakanda was a real country. I'm like, bro, they got you. Would you send them? Nah, man, I was just talking. The princess herself was talking to me. This is the I know I said this story a million times, but yo, the other day, I mean, maybe under 6 months, there's a company that called me up, some random company. First of all, they got an accent, like some Slavic accent. Like this shit is in Ukraine somewhere over there. And they calling me up, talking about, it's a girl, like, hi, sir, we're calling from Zillow. We see that you have rented 2 apartments in a complex, and we, you haven't done any payments. I'm like, listen, I don't got no apartments. Like, I got my own house. I don't need to be renting apartments. Sir, you have 3 months that you haven't paid. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, sir, if it wasn't you, because your name is here, maybe it was somebody stole your identity. I'm like, wait, what? Why would this? I got a whole bunch of things that protect me from all of that. I mean, God willing, I listen because I'm like, I don't know, right? But now, when the girl, I'm like telling her, I'm like, yo, no, she's asking me, can you confirm your name? I'm like, you know my name because you called me. That's how you start getting them. Right? Because what they do is they find your number somewhere in the internet and they try calling everybody. So I go in, I'm like, but you got my number. Sir, but we need to confirm your name. So what's my name? I asked her, so what's my name? And she couldn't tell me. Sir, I cannot give you that information. I was like, so what is my name? You call me. You should know my name. It should be right there in the system. Give me my first name. Just my first name. Don't give me my whole last name and everything. Well, sir, I cannot do that. I need to confirm that is you. No. And I was like, I don't believe this. He's like, sir, I believe that somebody stole your identity, this and that. Right? Mind you, with a heavy Slavic accent. That shit got to be Ukraine. That shit got to be Lithuania. That shit got to be Russia. Something out there. Right? And mind you, it's a random number from Ohio. I'm like, I don't know nobody in Ohio. Right? But whatever. Next thing, this girl tells me that, damn, I gotta check the DMV. Damn, this is crazy. I'm still waiting. I'm number 60. That's crazy. So the person goes in and goes like, we're gonna transfer you to the FBI. If you gonna scam, learn how to scam. You don't. What? Why will Zillow? Why will Zillow will have the FBI on speed dial? Yo, this people, that shit works with old people. If you can't even scam, don't even try to scam. So now they transfer me to another dude with a heavy Slavic accent. It's like, hi, sir, this is John Smith, right? You can't go in. You could have given me Terrell Johnson or Brian O'Leary or freaking I don't know, some random name. Pick some shit. John Smith from the FBI is on the phone with some Slavic accent. Now I'm in there. The guy's like, yeah, hi, sir. Mind you, I'm hearing this shit because it sounds like there's a lot of people talking. It's like a call center, right? I heard that shit from when the girl was talking to me. Now the FBI is in the call center too. At this point, I'm like, yo, bro. So I started talking to the dude. The dude is like, sir, we believe that somebody stole your identity and this and that. I'm like, bro, you know, with the amount of time that you're investing into this, you could do something more productive. You could actually get a good career, you know, maybe being a developer. Now I'm giving him game. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sweet talking his ear like, yo, you could be something else, bro. With the scams that you guys are doing right here, like, come on, man. You got to do better than this. The FBI is in a call center, and then he hanged up. But again, if that happens to you and you go in there like, man, they just called me for a job, and you there like giving your social security number, you deserve to get scammed. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, you're not using your brain. You're not putting two and two together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. That's like you going to Thailand or go to Colombia and a shorty telling you, yeah, she loves you. And you believe it? That's on you. She tells that shit to every guy that pops up every weekend. Now she got you sending her money all the way in Thailand. She told you she pregnant and all of that. You're like, man, I got a kid. Man, I think I got a kid in Colombia, bro. Yeah, man, I'm supposed to go over there for the birth on, you know, September 9th. You know, 9 months. Yeah, bro. I've been sending money every month. She loves me. You know, that's on you. If you fall for that. Shout out to everybody in here. Dominican. Yes, sir. Email friends like MJML. You can get emails done in like 3-4 hours. Now with AI, you can get it done in less than an hour. Yes, Ravens lore. Henry says, yeah, I got burnt out. Yeah, the E6 email templates. I'm going through the chat, guys. I'm going through the chat because I'm about to get out of here. I got to go to the DMV. I got to do regular shit. Like a regular person. Got to do my shit. My regular shit. Get my license plate. Facts. Tell them. What's good, sir? Still waiting to hear back from that job. I did 8 interviews. Damn. Yeah, I forgot. Shout out to Tanner. Tanner's one of Diamond members, codingphase.com. He applied to a company. They had him there hostage for like 4 hours. Interview by interview by interview by interview. But mind you, this is like the VA, DC area. You know, it's like corporate government type jobs. You might have to go through things like that. But that's not the norm, right? That's not the norm to go in and have like a 4-hour interview back to back. No water. He's just locked in a room and people coming in and out for 4 hours. He's in there dried up. He got a desert in his mouth. He's like, yo, I can't talk. I can't say the same questions. I can't answer the same questions over and over again. Please let me out of here. Right? Sometimes some companies, they hold you hostage, man. Damn, there's a company that, what's the name of it? It's like North Carolina software companies. There was a company, it's like something Big Red or something like that. years ago. They wanted me to go in and work there. Damn, let me see what's the name. UL Solutions, Grail, Car Gear, Salon, is Cloud. Damn, what's the name of Prometheus Group? No, it's a really big company. So it's a company that they work with the government. They work with a bunch of shit. They're at the same level as Accenture, right? And they wanted me to go over there to basically do like a 2-day interview. I'm like, I'm not going to know. I'm not taking a flight to North Carolina. Now, if you go in and tell me, well, you're gonna come and work at Netflix, I'll be like, shit, it's Netflix. I'm leaving out of there with $500,000. But to go for $110,000 job, I gotta go to take a flight, go work, go interview for 2 days. Nah, I'm good. I never showed up. They kept calling me and calling me. We loved you, da da da. We love because we did we did a phone screening and then we did a phone interview. And mind you, this was years ago. This was like maybe like 2016. 2016. And I was like, I'm not going to no freaking North Carolina. What am I gonna be doing in North Carolina? You know what I'm saying? Like, take a flight over there for 2 days. I mean, everything was paid for and stuff like that, but it's just like I didn't feel right. When you tell me you got interviews for 2 days, I don't want to do two fucking interviews. 2 days of interviews. That just sounds crazy to me. So I felt the pain when Tanner told me last week, like, yo, I was hostage for what was it, 4 hours straight. Marcus B says, recruiter calls like have a position, think will be perfect for you. The client's a big one. It's Wakanda. They're in need of an email developer. They're trying to promote their new vibranium products. And you in there excited. Yo, man, I just got called up for Wakanda. I'm going back home, bro. We're going to the motherland. Shit, yeah. And your family members, bro, that's not a real country. I'm telling you, I talked to the princess. You in there like, bro, I talked to the princess. The princess herself talked to me. Yeah. Bro. T'Challa's sister, bro. You in there serious? Like, yeah, bro. I got a job in Wakanda. You show up to your job. You're like, yo, you working at Pep Boys. You're like, yo, you take off your jacket, slam your shit. You ain't gonna see me here no more. I got a desk waiting for me in Wakanda. You know what I mean? I paid the $150 for the background check. I'm good. You got me, yo. It was me calling you. Shout out to Hot Rod. Out here getting finessed. Rushing accent, claiming to be FBI. They should have just said, yo, yeah, hello, my good sir, it's from the KGB. Yo. But here's Sebastian says, laughing my ass. The same thing happened to me a few days ago. Kept calling back. I told him my name is Clark Kent. Yo, that's why I'm gonna start messing with them. When they start trying to mess with me, I'm like, yo, listen, my name is not Joe, man. My name is Peter Parker. Yes, from Daily Blue. What was the name? The Daily Bugle, whatever. I'm mixing like, what's the name of the freaking? I know Daily Bugle is like the Superman or something like that. I can't remember. I always get that mixed up. Those two newspapers, which one's the Peter Parker one and which one's the Superman one. But yeah, guys, listen, we had a lot of fun. It was a cool live stream. I really enjoy it. We've been here for an hour. Great day. Yeah, I forgot. I told you guys I was gonna give you guys a little preview of the app. So yeah, man. So this is the app right now. What we got so far. So basically, it's a platform that's gonna be to help people actually, get their goals together, understand what's happening with their trades, right? You're gonna have reports. You're gonna have orders, right? You could import your trades. So literally, give this a second. Oh, I forgot. I gotta turn on npm run dev. It's in development mode, guys. Excuse me. Right? So you could go in, import your trades, right? So let me see in here. Right now, I'm focusing on Webull because it's a great platform for beginners. And I'm seeing a lot of people that having issues on like trading and like how to make money. So again, this is going to be the application, right? You could just literally import your trades, right? And give you, feedback on what's going on, what's happening, right? You're gonna have all this information, and you can see pretty much everything that's happening on your account, right? We're gonna have like the dashboard where you're gonna have, your monthly win rate, your best trading day, your worst trading day. You're gonna have your achievements. You're gonna have also two goals that you could go in, right? You're gonna have things like your reports. So you could actually go in and see your full, what's your average winning trade, winning, losing trade, right? You could see exactly like when you was up, when you was down. Of course, we got the, dark mode, Batman mode, right? I'm pretty proud of the design that I built for this and how I've been setting it up. Just because I spent more time on the user experience than actual the application itself. Now we've done everything as far as the things that I needed for this, but I just wanted to have like a really good experience and make it simple and easy for the user. So this is gonna be pretty interesting, man. This is gonna be an app that I'm launching pretty soon. I should have, I already have the domain, everything already ready to go. I'm just waiting for a couple of more things that I want to add to this before I could say, hey, the MVP is done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow, a couple of you guys that might be interested in trading. I'm going to give you guys access to this platform. So you guys can go in, test it out, give some suggestions. I'm going to have an area there where you could go in and leave a message or suggestions, features, things that you might see that you might need. And you're like, hey, I would love to see this in the platform. I would love to see this feature. Yes, we are integrating this with AI. It's going to be pretty interesting. We got a lot of different things that's coming for this application. Okay. The goal is to really just make it simple. There's a lot of trading journal platforms out there, but they're not beginner friendly. They're not for someone who's learning, and they're not for people who are just getting in the field of trading stocks. So my goal is to do what I did with coding phase, do for trading phase. But the difference is coding phase is a platform to help you, help you get into a job, teach you the skills, right? Trading phase is going to be what coding phase was supposed to be from the beginning, which was going to be a software as a service, community platform, right? And that's what we're going to do with trading phase. Like I'm not planning on doing no courses and stuff like that. I'm only doing one course, which is going to be on coding phase for, basics of trading for those of you guys that might be interested in that. And from there, like this platform is really just for the people to use this software to be able to, make better decisions, be able to track their trades, see where they can improve. We're going to have different goals in there. Like, let's say, for example, your goal is, hey, I want to be able to buy, a Mercedes, right? How much do I need to buy this Mercedes? And then from there, the app is going to tell you, hey, this is your average, what you need to accomplish from this time to this time for whatever your goal might be. Hey, I want to take a vacation with my family. How do I go in and make sure that I have enough for the vacation? My vacation is going to cost $10,000. I would love to take my whole family, let's say, to Dominican Republic for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month. It's $10,000. How much do you need to make on a daily basis to be able to get to the $10,000? And then from there, have like a plan for you laid out of like, hey, this is the best times that you're trading. This is the best things that you're having better chances for you, right? And again, it's not gonna be like financial advice. It's just gonna help you make better decisions on trading. This is something that I wish I had, and this is why I'm building it. and again, I'm sharing this with you guys. So when you're thinking about building a software as a service, think about the things that you're having issues with. For me, it was 2 years of trading where, in a sense, I was like losing money, winning money, losing money. I had more losses than wins. And it's because I didn't know how to use the software properly. I didn't know when to come in. I didn't know how to go in and basically just do the research in a lot of things, but then also to keep track of what I was doing wrong. Because sometimes you see, oh, I took a bad trade, but that bad trade is the same trade you've been making all this time, right? And then if you don't have that data, that information of like, hey, I actually do better with stocks that are from $1 to $3. I actually do better with stocks that I trade at 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning. Anything beyond 10 o'clock in the morning, I always lose, or I have a high percentage of losing. So now you have information. This is stuff that I wish I had. And this is why I'm adding all of these features. I'm adding so much stuff and cool things to this. So if you're interested in trading and you're in the platform Webull, right? Definitely, let me know. Send me an email, codingphase@gmail. Or wait, somewhere this week when I go in and I'll turn on the waiting list. And then from there you could go in and register. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a beta testing group where you basically gonna be able to use the application for free. You don't have to pay nothing. It's just use it. Give me feedback, right? Tell me, how has this helped you? What's missing? What would you like to have, right? What will be a good pricing point for you, right? For an app like that, will you pay $10? Will you pay $20? Will you pay $50? Will you pay $100? What do you feel this brings value to you? So that's why I want to go in and have some of you guys that do trading or are, have some knowledge of this, right? Or just interested in testing the app, right? That's another thing too that I'm planning on doing for those that don't even trade, don't know how to trade, and want to use the app and want to be one of the beta testers. I'm gonna go in and create a CSV, which is how you import the data, where even if you don't know how to trade and you want to test the application, you want to say, hey, Joe, this thing is broken. Hey, this thing didn't work how it's supposed to. Hey, this, and you want to be a beta tester, I'll give you free access to it, right? Until we do the final launch. The final launch is probably going to be, late July, early August. So we'll have a lot of times to, hash out all the kinks, all the little bullshit. And then from there, you guys can be part of this. This is something that you guys can use. This again, a real company. You can say, hey man, I was doing QA testing for tradingphase.com for 2 months. And you could put that on your resume. And when they call me up and they say, hey man, did this guy work here as a beta tester? Yes, he did. Right? He was part of the team to help out, hash out and do the QA testing for this application. I don't mind doing that. You know what I'm saying? You give something to me, your time and your support, I'll go back in and help you out too. Okay? Trading Phase is built on Laravel. Yes, built on the latest version of Laravel, built with React. We basically got a lot of stuff in here, right? We're using, what's the API service? We're using Replicate for AI. For those of you guys that haven't paid attention, like building, like, running AI, right? Like if you like your application needs AI, guys, this is a great service. I'm not getting paid by them. This is just a great service. This is what the majority of people use. The pricing model is pretty fair, right? It's nothing crazy. But again, you have everything here. You could go and grow this and scale this as high as you want, right? Really big companies use it. You got DeepSeek, you got V3, Ideogram, you got Flux, you got Black Forest Labs, Anthropic, right? Anthropic is expensive, right? It's 0.015, right? But then you have this, like you got DeepSeek R1 that's dirt cheap. You have you have Llama 3. There's a lot of different models that they have available. This is what I'm using. So I suggest if you guys are interested in like building applications that use AI, go check it out. Check out Replicate. But like I said, guys, links on the description, guys. I also added a link in there to basically the profitable developer course. Those of you guys that's interested in making money with the skills that you have as a developer, this is the best course that I've created, guys. Go check it out, right? We go into everything about how to make money online as a developer, how to go in, create a profile on freelance platforms. I give you the task. You have local services, how to get clients in your local area. If you want to do freelancing, how to create digital products. I'm teaching you the whole game. I'm even teaching you exactly what I do as far as codingphase.com. You're wondering, how did codingphase.com get so big? How many students we got? How we got to this point, right? There's a platform that we've been able to make millions of dollars with. It's a system, okay? You need to know how to do this. You need to have a good product, of course, but it's a system. I teach you all of that so you could do the same thing. You could go in, create your own digital products. You could create your own themes. You could create your own PDF files that you might want to sell. You might want to get into video games, like creating your own online games, or like, let's say, games that are using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. How do you monetize that? We go into all of that. How do you go in and create a course? You might have knowledge that other people might want, right? How do you do that, right? How do you do it, successfully? We go into software as a service, right? We have marketing sections where we talk about everything, how to create a funnel, how to actually go in and basically scale, which is the biggest thing. Because you could go in and say, well, I could sell 100 products, but how do you scale that to sell 1,000, right? Because once you get to 1,000, that's the real money. If you have a product that's $20, how do you sell 1,000 copies of that? That's $20,000 in your pocket, right? If you have a service that costs $20 a month and you get it to 1,000 customers, that's $20,000 every single month. You got $200,000 a year now, right? How do you do that? I've done that multiple times. That's what I teach in this course, the Profitable Developer course. Right? You have two options in here, right? You have the 25% off, right? And this is for you guys that's on YouTube, right? Anybody that goes to the website, finds it on Google, looks at it through the ads, the ads and the advertisement, they got to pay full price because I got to pay for the ads. For you guys that's in here organically and you found the channel, you're interested in this, right? It's very simple. One-time fee, $750. You might say, $750? It's a lot. Bro, you're going to make that shit back. I could tell you right now, you're going to make that bread back with everything that I'm teaching you in this course. Like no cap. From there, for those of you guys that's on a budget, you could split it into 2 payments. Okay? You could split it into 2 payments, and that's like $375, and you got basically 2 months to pay it off. Okay? Make it simple for you, right? If you want it, I'll help you out, and I'll give it to you. But like I said, this is the best course that I've created, okay? I'm just giving you the whole game. I don't care if you've been doing whatever you've been doing, you tried a lot of different platforms, you haven't tried codingphase.com, the diamond membership. Everybody that has tried it, loves it. Now, for those of you guys you already know how to code. You already got a job, right? The solution for you is the Profitable Developer. How do you monetize your skills? This is the biggest problem that most developers have because we focus so much on the technical side of things, but we don't focus on the marketing, we don't focus on the design, and we don't focus on the research. And when you don't have those 3 things, it doesn't matter how much you know how to code, you're not going to be able to create a good product. This is where you're going to go in, get 10 plus years of knowledge of everything that I've been able to do that has led me to be where I'm at right now, and I'm teaching you in this one course. This is the one course when somebody comes in and asks me, hey, Joe, how do I make money online? How do I go in and do this and that? How you grew this company? How you grew this new company, Trading Phase? When people, you're going to see, I'm going to put the numbers out. By next year, you're going to be amazed at the numbers of how much we're going to be making from Trading Phase. I know it. I already did my research, right? So in the course, I teach you how to do the research, how to find if whatever niche, whatever product you're going to build is actually going to be profitable. So, it's always going to be 50-50, but you can go in and do research to make sure it's a 50% chance of you actually winning than you having a 10% and 90. You know what I'm saying? If you do no research, it's a 10% or even less and 90% of failure. The way how you go in and you build applications is by solving real problems that people are having. And you do that by doing research before you even code. Before I even got into building like even trading phase right now, that has already almost a year of like research and learning the market, learning how, all of the different platforms, who are my competitors, what's the keywords I need to tackle, how I'm going to create content for organic traffic to it, how I'm going to create a email list for it, how I'm going to go in and run advertisement for it, right? What's my budget going to be looking like? How do I go in and search for, how much a click per click on ads cost? All of those things, right? I already went over that inside of the course. So again, I'm teaching you from experience. You want it, you want it. You don't want it, you don't feel like you need it, you could get it for free somewhere, go ahead, go get it. You know what I mean? You feel like you could learn it from someone else, go ahead. But this is for the people that want to learn from me and want me to give them the game. Okay? Shout out to everybody in here, man. I love you guys, and thank you for coming in here, hanging out with me for an hour and a half. All right, take care, guys. It's good to be back and good to see you guys. All right, like I said, check out the links in the description. Go to codingphase.com. Also, too, guys, apply to jobs. Stop letting people tell you, oh, there's no jobs. There's jobs, bro. Okay, get your bag and make your money. I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace.